have one of those being productive in the kitchen days planned for today. All right, you're gonna come with me and we're gonna dive into my fridge and I'm gonna snag some produce that needs to be stored differently so it'll last longer. I do have my butcher box order arriving today, and from that we're gonna use the chicken to make tonight's dinner. And the dinner is a complete pantry meal and was totally inspired by TikTok. And I'll be shopping my extended pantry for all the ingredients. Also, I'm gonna be sharing some of your comments from my last pantry video. I'll leave it linked below. But lots of great tips in there for you, for sure. And I think a lot of these comments are gonna help a lot of you that are struggling with pantry space. All right, are you ready? Aprons on, let's go. All right, I'm gonna test some eggs. My sister-in-law gave us some fresh eggs from her chickens, and she's already washed them and cleaned them and everything for us, but we haven't been going through them fast enough because we have some eggs in the fridge. So I'm gonna test these to see if they're good. And what you do is you grab a glass of water, put them in. Now, if they sink to the bottom, they're good. If they're standing up, they're almost going to go bad. And if they float, get rid of it. So this one is good. Yeah, so that's how you know if your eggs are good or bad. I hope that helped. All right, I am gonna put her eggs in with my eggs in the fridge, and I can give her her egg carton back. Okay, let's get that in the fridge. All right, I do know that I have this bag of zucchini and squash that I grabbed from Costco this past week. And it's gonna go bad if it stays in this plastic bag. So we gotta take care of that. And I am not gonna wash them until I need to use them. Wow, only 2 yellow squash in that whole bag. Couldn't make it an even number. So we're gonna get the moisture that's on them already off. What I am gonna do is roll these up in a paper towel. Now, if you want to wash them when you get home, you could do a vinegar solution, dry them off and get them in. I just noticed that when I don't do that, I can get them to last longer this way. And I'm gonna store them just like this in my crisper. If there's no moisture around them and they can breathe, they can last like weeks, maybe a month, depending on how firm they are, basically. Time to go in the crisper drawer. Yeah, you don't want them near any fruits because their gases can make them spoil fast. All right, I used this red onion the other day and I hurried and cleaned up and put it in the Ziploc bag. I do not want to keep it in that because this will rot really quick. I find that when I store things in my glass containers, they last a long time. Sometimes I'll put a paper towel in this, sometimes I won't. It does fine, but today I'll do a paper towel. My red onion going in. Now this will last another week and a half, sometimes 2. So my red onion will be saved. All right, I took my unopened package of blueberries and soaked them in vinegar and water, and now it's time to rinse them off. Gonna dry these off really good. Picking out any bad ones. You know who loves blueberries? Paige. Loves them.
I love you so much.
You do. Gonna get these in my glass container. Here you go. That one was too soft. You can eat that one. You want another one? These taste so good. Going in the fridge. Yum. All right, our Butcher Box order has arrived. If you've never heard of Butcher Box, I am so glad I can introduce you to them today. We always get excited to open the box. Oh man, Derek's not here. He loves this part. Yeah, they're our favorite delivery subscription service because we can get our hands on some of our favorite cuts of meat. Not only are they gonna give us free stuff, I'll get more to that in a minute, but they deliver the highest quality meat and seafood straight to your door you can trust. A lot of you already know that we stock our freezer with a lot of different types of meats, but there are certain cuts that we can't get, or if we can get, we don't like the quality. But with Butcher Box, we don't have to wonder where in the world it came from. You know what you're getting is the best of the best because everything is sourced from trusted partners that meet the highest standards for quality. Yep, and it says it right here on this ground beef. No added hormones ever, No antibiotics ever. This is why we love ButcherBox. So as you can see, it comes frozen straight to your door with free shipping, and your orders are always fully customizable, so you can easily support your lifestyle and help you fire up the grill, whether you're just feeding your family or hosting. So back in May, my parents were out here visiting. One night I asked my dad, what would you like for dinner? And he's like, can we have a steak dinner? And I was like, absolutely. So I asked him, what's your favorite cut? And he said ribeye, but mom really loves filet mignon. I'm like, okay. He's like, no, I don't want you to run out and get that. I'm like, Dad, I don't have to run out. I just gotta go down into the freezer and get it. This is where I said there's certain cuts that we like to get, and we love ButcherBox's filet mignon. If you haven't had it, you have got to try it. It literally melts in your mouth, no joke. So if you'd like to give them a shot, all you have to do is head down to my description box, click the link, and use my code Apron at checkout to receive $60 off and free protein for a year. I know your family's gonna love ButcherBox like mine does. And thank you, ButcherBox, for sponsoring today's video. All right, I still need to clean this up from last night. I hosted a little gathering for my daughter's school here. This is the Country Time lemonade. And this is the Country Time lemonade. And get those cups put away. I found these at TJ Maxx like months ago. They're gorgeous. They're like etched. They're so pretty. Can you see the etching in there? Oh, they're so pretty. They weren't on sale, which was a bummer. I paid full price for them. Oh my gosh, I want to say they were close to $30 each. Oh, but if you see something there, you never know if you're ever going to see them again. I've learned that lesson, so I snagged them and I love them. I actually wanted to use them at Boston's graduation party. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it below. But I wanted to use them for the lemonade stand, but I was nervous with all the kids. I was like, maybe I'll just use these for more adult parties and use the other one. I was just a little nervous about them, so yeah, I really like them, so I'm very protective. You know, you get it. I know you get it. All right, so this needs to go back. All right, I'm gonna start on dinner, and I'm gonna be shopping my freezer and my extended pantry for it. This recipe I found on TikTok. It's from the account Laura Ashley Johnson, and this is her queso chicken with rice recipe. And Jonah is coming over for dinner, and he said this sounded really good, so let's do it. I'm like, okay. The only thing I don't have is queso, but Derek did bring home some queso on his way home. The rest, I just have to shop my fridge, freezer, and pantry. There's lots of fresh corn right now at the farmer stands, and I love the corn. It's so sweet. And I am gonna freeze some of it, but I do have a couple of packages left in my freezer from last year. We've been eating it all winter, but I have a couple left and I wanna use those up. So last year I shucked them and I broke them in half and put them in the food saver bags, used the food saver machine to suck the air out, and tossed them in my freezer. So now all I have to do is open them up and put them in a pot of water. So bam. All right, and for this recipe, I thought I would make some cornbread. I don't want to make cornbread from scratch. I want fast and easy. So you'll see what I'll do. I do keep on hand a couple of bags of the Knorr's Mexican rice. I do know how to make Mexican rice, but when you want a dinner put together really quick, these bags are perfect. They're so convenient. And I do like to keep on hand a box of Jiffy mix and a box of vanilla cake mix. And this is a very quick, yummy, moist cornbread. And I always have chicken broth or stock on hand. So we're gonna need a can of this. This is exactly why I love having a stock pantry. Instead of making another grocery run, dinner is already here. And throughout my videos lately, there is a common question, and it's actually about when I replace these pantry items. Some of them are, do I buy them every grocery trip, only on sale? Like, how do I know when to restock? I'm actually diving into that in next week's video, but to answer that very quickly, I'm always down here, I'm always surveying, so I know when we're low. But if I do see, I don't know, a can of refried beans, if we're out, it's a great sale, I'll restock then. But if we're low, but not too low and the price is good, I'll grab a couple cans. You know, buy one for now, two for later. Stay tuned for next week. I go into great detail about how we don't count cans, we count meals, and it's a great video, so come next week and I'll answer that like fully. All right, here is the corn from the freezer. I can put it in a bowl of water to help thaw it, or I can add it just to the boiling water. I'll just have it sit here on the counter until it's time to put it in the water. I'll also make a green salad. I had some lettuce in the fridge that need to be used up. I had it stored in this glass container and it has stayed crisp for weeks. I'm gonna make the cornbread first. This is an easy sweet cornbread recipe. I actually like to make them as muffins. I'm not gonna film it for you today, but here's some footage from when I made it years ago. In a bowl, we're gonna combine the cake mix and the Jiffy mix together. Add a 1/3 cup milk, a cup of water, 5 tablespoons of melted butter, and 4 eggs. Okay, you're gonna mix this up. The batter will be lumpy. 350-degree oven. I'm gonna start at 20 minutes and just check them. For this recipe, we're also gonna need a jar of salsa and then a packet of taco seasoning. I have this big jar, so it's 3 tablespoons of this. And here is the queso. And then shred up some Mexican cheese, Colby Jack, cheddar cheese, whatever you got. Okay, I took my chicken and diced it up, and now I'm gonna sprinkle the taco seasoning all over this. To my casserole pan, I'm just gonna dump in the bags of Mexican rice. 3 cups of chicken broth. I'm using this can, which is about 2 cups, but I'm also gonna be adding in some water with my salsa here. I'm using what's left in this jar, and then I'm just gonna shake up some water in this to get the rest of it out. Then we're just gonna incorporate this all together. It already smells good. Then add in your chicken. Now I've seen many versions of this recipe online. Some people use shredded chicken, some use cubed, and some use the whole chicken breast in there. Now, of course, if you do shredded chicken, it would need to be cooked, and that would change your cooking time. Okay, add your cheese. Now, if you want a precise measurement, fine. You could do up to 2 cups of cheese, but just shred that cheese and get it on. I don't think you can ever have too much cheese. Okay, cover this with foil. I already have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. Now from the TikTok, she cooked it for an hour because she had full breasts. So I'm gonna start at 45 minutes and take a peek and see how it looks. I just wanna make sure the rice isn't hard and the chicken is cooked through. So I will start at 45 minutes. And while this bakes up, let's chat about the pantry. Can I just tell you how much I smiled reading the comments from the last pantry video? So many great solutions, so many great questions too. But I gotta share with you some of these comments. They were brilliant. I love Catherine's comment. It's basically the theme of it is use what you got. She said, I have used coat closets, linen closets, and even dressers. Use what you got. Bonus points if it's cute, but cute isn't necessary. I love that because you don't need a perfect pantry. You just need a pantry that works for you in your home. Cheryl also used a coat closet. She said, I turned a coat closet at the top of my stairs leading into the main living areas and kitchen into a pantry. I put in metal shelves and bought baskets from the dollar store. I love it. I love it too. And don't you just love using the dollar store items? I have dollar store organizing my home everywhere. I love that. Tammy Hancock lives in an RV and she had a great solution for her pantry. She says, I live in a large RV and it has a half bath in the kitchen. We took out the toilet and put shelves and made a second pantry. She didn't need a second bathroom. I love that. I love that. I love that. In fact, when we lived with Derek's parents for those 3 years, we had that big walk-in pantry, but we also had that big room that we used for our food storage room, our extended pantry. That room is actually supposed to be like a locker room, bathroom. They were gonna put a pool in their yard and they never did. And so that room is plumbed out. There was plumbing in there that you couldn't see for a bathroom. So we use that space as our food room. And lastly, from Diane, she says 5-gallon buckets stacked too high, fit behind a sofa. Put a board on top and cover with a pretty cloth, stealth, food storage, and a sofa table in one. That is awesome. Okay, here is a comment from Anna Louise if you live in an apartment. She said, I recently moved to a new apartment and there's a deep space in the back of my closet that's dark and cool. I'm thinking I'm gonna put a shelf in there and use it for my overflow. Things that I don't use every day, being that I live in a 760-foot squared 1-bedroom apartment. This space is perfect. Perfect idea. Now, if you're gonna end up using the space in front of it, my suggestion for you is to create an inventory sheet that you could put on the inside of the door so you know what's in that back corner, because out of sight, out of mind. Brenda shared, I have a pantry in my kitchen, but I turned my utility room into a partial pantry too. We have our washer and dryer in there. We put our old kitchen cabinets above our machines and still had room for both sides to add more shelves. It works great for an extended pantry. My washer and dryer had a shelf under them, so all my laundry soap, bleach, vinegar, and dryer sheets live there. It works great for an extra storage. Yes, you guys, I know a lot of us live in different homes, different sizes, apartments, but look around at the real estate in your home. What aren't you using to its full capacity? Nancy said that she now has an unused bedroom as a full prep pantry. It keeps the items that I don't use every day and my emergency prep items. My office is now being reclaimed. That's fantastic. See, you're using that prime real estate. Ooh, RBG said that she turned her unused dining room into a butler's pantry. I love that. I had the builder make us a coffee nook and created an area for a small computer desk, and we have tons of storage. We never used it as a dining room, and now it's one of the most used areas in our home. Oh, that's awesome. Your shelving in your staircase is brilliant. Thank you. And I think I'll try to make that for my son who has a similar setup in his home. Perfect. That's great. And you guys, if you want to message me on Instagram and add a photo of what you've been doing, I would love that. I would love to see what you're doing. Yeah, I loved all the comments. Keep them coming because they're going to help somebody out there. All right, let's check on dinner. So I'm going to take the foil off and put it back in the oven for about another 5 to 8 minutes. And while that was cooking, I heated up my queso here. And we're just going to pour this all over. Oh my gosh. And then of course we gotta top it with some fresh cilantro. Okay, we're gonna try this together first before I serve it up to the family. So let's get this plated. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I wish you guys can smell this. All right, look at that, the chicken, the rice. Let's give it a taste. Oh my gosh, this is so good. Oh, okay, and yeah, I understand why the internet went crazy. This is delicious and very versatile. Let me know what you would add to this recipe. All right, we've got our corn. I did make a salad. And then here are our cornbread muffins. Oh, yummy. And we're set to eat family dinner. Like I said before, come back next week for the video. It is jam-packed, you guys. Like, there's so much in there. So much in there. I've been working on this video for a while, for a year. It's a year's worth of food. So please come back and get all the tips and tricks I have for you. If you need some pantry motivation, eating from your pantry motivation, dinner motivation, check out these videos here and the one on building another pantry. I'll meet you over there. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you soon. Bye.